The FDA has made a decision nearly 5 years in the making. The administration has decided yogurt can make a limited claim that the food could reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes.
This is really interesting. So here to break this down this morning is our 9 News health expert, Dr. Payal Kohli. Thank you so much for coming in.
Good morning.
So talk about this limited claim part of this. What does that mean?
It means that you can put this on the yogurt label, according to the FDA. So I love the claim, but I'm really skeptical of the science, to be honest. So it's based on very shaky science. In fact, what the FDA did is it looked at 28 different studies where they asked you how much yogurt you ate and then asked you if you developed diabetes or not. So this was all based on recollection. The majority of those studies actually came out mixed, or saying that yogurt didn't necessarily associate with a reduced risk of type 2 diabetes, but there are a few studies that showed maybe it does. Now here's the problem with this. This suggests a causation, right? You eat the yogurt, you get less diabetes. But maybe if you're eating yogurt, you're also doing other healthy things that could reduce your risk of type 2 diabetes, like exercising, sleeping better. So it could confuse people into thinking as long as they eat a lot of yogurt, they don't have to worry about diabetes.
Okay, so based off of what you just said, I'm curious if these types of qualified claims can end up doing more harm than good.
I actually think they can. And this is my sort of conflict as a physician. We want to tell people what foods can help, but imagine a person that thinks eating yogurt can reduce diabetes. Most yogurts out there are sweetened yogurts. When we know, in fact, that sugar added to any kind of food, whether it's yogurt or any other food, is going to increase your risk of type 2 diabetes. So if you're eating all this yogurt that's sweetened, you're actually going to cause diabetes, not prevent it. So I think the FDA has to tread carefully here, because food companies, and this was actually initiated by a food company, this petition to the FDA, want this on their labels. We want to try to help people eat healthier foods, but we don't want to confuse them.
Can any yogurt put that label on there? I mean, I don't buy yogurt for my kids because it's so high in sugar. Yeah. It's crazy, the numbers. Can anyone just slap that label on there now?
Anyone can slap that label on there now. And it doesn't matter whether you have sugar or not, doesn't matter what your protein content is. In fact, yogurt has many other health claims that it can put on there as well. You guys have probably seen it. Osteoporosis, reducing your body weight, right? Because yogurt fills you up a little bit more. It's got a lot of protein in it, so you can say that it can help maintain a healthy body weight. And then digestive health as well. These are a lot of claims that many yogurts can put on their labels. Now, some yogurts can legitimately make this claim. Yeah. If they have a high calcium content, if they're protein packed, they can actually help you lose weight, and if they have probiotics, which can help our digestive health, we know that that's really healthy. But not every single yogurt has that. And so it really behooves us to kind of look at the yogurt, decide for ourselves.
Now, we're not trying to ruin yogurt for anybody that may like that. Maybe that's your choice of breakfast in the morning with some granola or something like that. Is there anything when we're looking for a yogurt at the grocery store we specifically should be looking for? Even if you have a brand that that just works pretty well for people? Many
different things. So you want to first look at flavored or unflavored. You know what I'm going to say, right?
Unflavored.
Unflavored, plain, unsweetened yogurt with a little fruit, a little granola. That's a perfect breakfast. But make sure you're not getting those flavored yogurts because they have added sugar in it. Protein content. So you want to look at different types of yogurts can have different protein content. We know Greek yogurt has more protein than other yogurts. And if you have kidney disease, you may want to pick one that has less protein, but that's something that you want to be mindful of. Organic or not organic, whether or not it has calcium in it. So every yogurt doesn't have the same dairy content, the same calcium. So you want to look at that label and see exactly how much calcium is in there. And then you want to make sure it says live and active cultures, because that's what gives you those probiotics.
Okay, now Corey and I have another question. What about, pizza for breakfast? How is that going to do for us?
Well, I would say if you add a little yogurt, plain unsweetened yogurt onto the top of it, it's a perfect breakfast.
There's green on it, okay? So there's a vegetable, Dr. Kohli.
That's actually Corey's piece right there. It's just hiding it on my end.
You already had some, though.
I had to. Dr. Kohli. Whoa.
I'll see you in my office next week.
All right, honestly, I could use it. Dr. Kohli, thank you so much for being with us this morning. We appreciate it. And don't forget, you can find all of Dr. Kohli's appearances at 9news.com/Dr. Kohli. Ed?